Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, build life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. It's your host.
All right, good evening to you, beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight on the New Black Wall Street as we welcome you to Wall Street. That's right. Welcome to Wall Street tonight. We're going to be diving in just a little bit into the oil industry. So I said that I promised I'd do this here tonight. Take a look at some things, guys, because as I said, we want to make sure that we don't miss out on opportunity. Now, I will tell you this. I am not going to tell you what to invest in. That is not what's going to happen. Because I do things for my students and my members, but I have no problem looking at some things with you, and then you can make your own decision on what you might want to do. But again, I am not going to tell you, make any recommendations about what you should or should not invest in, because you have not, unless you have invested in me, I don't see any point in doing that. So if you want to become a member, you want to become a student, well, feel free. But if not, just watch, enjoy, participate, and see if you can figure out some things for yourself as we look at this thing called the oil industry. Now, I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. The book that I wrote, guys, is a study of Black wealth. It's a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, that's a big if, by the way. But if you do, I recommend that you study wealthy people. You can find that book by simply going to the website, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. While you're there, not only will you find the book, but you will also find an opportunity to join the club if you so wish to do so. The Black Billionaires Club is a club that we focus on the things that billionaires do. Not the things that poor dad focuses on, but the things that rich dad focuses on. And you can choose at any point in time that you'd like to come along the journey to wealth and prosperity on purpose, intentional, with a plan. And that's just what we do in the Black Billionaires Club. So again, check us out at www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. You'll find that link in the description above or below. Well, good evening to you guys. Tonight's episode is being brought to you by ERGJ Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace. We specialize in Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, and also Black art-inspired gifts. You guys check out some cool personal care stuff, some stuff that you need for the house. But most importantly, we've added some PPE. That's right. We got your personal protective equipment to be able to help you continue to fight and play defense against that thing called Rona. So we got your mask, we got sanitizer, we got all that good stuff as well. That's available for you to go and pick up. Essential oils, black seed oil. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Man, you guys pick that thing up at any point in time. Check us out at www.theblackbazaar.com, www.theblackbazaar.com. We want you guys to remember this, that once you shop black, you never go back. That's right, man. Once you shop black, you never go back, man. Thanks so much for being with us here tonight on the New Black Wall Street as we present to you guys. Welcome to Wall Street. Let's find out who's here tonight with us here, guys. Go ahead and say hello. Let us know that you're here. Also, hit the like button, the share button if you care. I'm doing this. It's called free financial education for the nation. And so, hey, if I'm doing something for you that's showing you that I am my brother's keeper, I am my sister's keeper, question is, are you? And if you are, you go ahead and tag someone that's been kind of wanting to look into stuff like this. So you will go ahead and hit the share button, let people know that we're here, because we got to stop complaining about what other people are not doing for us when we actually are doing it for ourselves. Hey, they just need to come to class. And tonight is class. What's going on with you, man? Gigi King. Good evening, Queen. How are you? Thanks so much for joining us, Queen. Gigi, A.V. King, A.V. in the house, man. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight on the New Black Wall Street, Florida, with love, man. That's what I'm talking about. Queen Monica is joining us here tonight. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. Queen Yvette is in the house. Thanks so much. She is the best. That's right. She is the best tax accountant thing she do. Y'all need some help, go ahead and call Yvette. Best services, man. She gonna be able to help y'all get everything y'all need with the stimulus and all that stuff. That's her lane. I mean, she know all that stuff. So yeah, that's who I call. That's who y'all should call when y'all need some help with that, with your taxes and stuff. And good evening to you, Queen Lovey's in the house. Thanks so much for joining us here today. BBC is representing here. Good evening to you, Queen Tiffany is in the house with us as well. Thanks so much for joining us. King Sydney is in the house. Thanks so much for joining. Hit the like button, care button, like button, share button if you care. Like button, share button if you care. Now, here's the deal, guys. I'm just going to get right into this thing as we begin to look into the market, and we want to welcome you to Wall Street. Now, of course, we have a lot of people that hit me up. They got a lot of questions about some stuff. 1 second. I don't know about that. Let me go ahead and put this thing on silent because we're not going to do that right now. All right. So we're going to take a look at what happened in the market today, and also some wonderful news that you can use that just actually came down the wire as we look at this thing called CNN. I think it's very interesting. We'll see what's going on. Now, if you've been following or been, I don't know, you didn't even necessarily have been following anything that's going on in the market, you will see that the oil industry has been battered. It's been ripped to shreds, and there's a lot of reasons for that, right? So if you just think about it, right, this stuff is like common sense. It's simple economics. First, we have obviously that there was already an oil or trade war going on in the oil industry between Saudi Arabia, the Middle East, and America. America was doing a lot of production. We'll take a look at that here tonight. And so we had plenty of oil in America, and we did not necessarily the exporting or the importing was like a luxury. It was like our last resort if we had to do that. And so then we had this thing called the pandemic, whatever you want to call it, come in, and then that reduced travel, which reduced travel, which between the airlines, between the cruise lines, between people even driving. So then that reduction in travel caused for a reduction in demand, and they were still pumping a whole bunch of oil every day. So then now you start to have a gluttony of supply where you don't have nowhere to put the oil because now your bins are full or your storehouse is full. So then you say, okay, well, we got to get rid of the old in order to bring in the new. And so that we're gonna every guy go on sale. Somebody gonna buy it if we sell it for cheap enough. And so then we saw last night or yesterday that they began to pay people to come get the oil. I mean, theoretically, that didn't really happen. But theoretically, they were paying people to come get the oil. So we saw oil drop down to, the oil itself per barrel to a negative $37, right? Which essentially means that they were paying people to come get the oil. But that didn't really happen, okay? I mean, that did not really happen. They made it look like that happened, but that didn't really happen, okay? That's just called manipulation in the market. So then overnight, boom, bam, we come back in the morning, and oil is now at $16, $17 a barrel, okay? Which is about right? So it dropped, had a big serious drop, negative territory, and then boom, in 12 hours, it was right back to where it was. Go figure. So this is what we call manipulation in the market. Everybody putting calls on manipulation. This is where the powers that be, whoever they are, right, manipulate the market in order for their best interest, for them to benefit. While others lose, they manipulate the market to come in low and then boom, prop back up so they can win during that short-term swing, right? That's a short-term swing. All right, so that's what happened, and now we're gonna really just start talking because I got a call yesterday. We was looking at the thing. I said, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be looking at oil, and now y'all, for those that have been following me a long time, y'all know I've been talking about oil for a long time. I mean, I've been talking about oil for at least 6 months. Right, and I've been getting them dividends while I've been waiting, and I'm patient. I mean, I'm a patient brother. Like, I'm patient. I can wait. Give me that 8%. Give me that 10% while I wait. And I'm just waiting because I know it's gonna turn around. And here's the philosophy, guys. It's just a simple philosophy. It's called buy low, sell high. Same thing you do anywhere else. So if you're going to be in business, you're going to buy low, probably wholesale, or trade in, so you can damn sell retail. That's buying low, selling high. Ain't no different, right? You're in real estate. You're probably going to buy a house or something that might be dilapidated. You're going to buy it low. You're going to fix it up, and you're going to sell it high. No different, right? If you was a farmer or you were, working at somewhere where you were getting, grapes from the farmer, you're going to buy from the farmer low, and then you're going to sell it to the consumer high. No different, right? It's just a different market. Okay, it's just a different market. I don't care if you're retail, what's going on. I don't care what you want to call it. It's all the same philosophy because we're looking to multiply our money. We're looking to profit. We're looking to get more than we spent, right? And this is a process that you can use to do that. In order to make your money grow, you get more bang for your buck. Does that make sense to anybody? Okay, so now we'll take a look at the news to see, look at what Trump said. Now, here's my question to you as we read this. Okay? Oh, because this is an interesting article. I mean, whenever the president, no matter who he is, no matter how stupid he might be, it don't matter. He is the chief of staff. He is HNIC. Whenever he speaks, stuff happens. Okay? Stuff happens. So you got to ask yourself, Trump says, I'll rescue oil. Okay, let's see what he's talking about here. I mean, because I just said, that's the first thing I saw. I said, really? Oh, okay. If Trump said he's going to rescue oil, then you know what that means? That means he's going to try to rescue oil. That means that he's going to figure out a way to get some money into their hand, just like they've been Band-Aid and everything else, and rescue oil. Now, this also goes with his philosophy, right? That he wants to make America great again. And in his eyes, making America great again is getting back to the industrial age, not the digital age. In his eyes, it's all about us manufacturing, us producing, us going back to the Carnegies, us going back to the Rockefellers. That's his idea of making America great again, when America produced everything. Okay? That's his idea. He wants to bring manufacturing back. And of course, a part of the wealth that's in America now that we've been able to produce oil and not have to go pay to import it in, that's a part of America's wealth. Okay, so here's what he says, man. He promises. It went from he promises to rescue oil companies after prices go negative. So let's see what here. President Donald Trump, 45, wants to prevent the looming wave of bankruptcies and mass layoffs in America's beleaguered oil industry. Trump tweeted Tuesday that he instructed the secretaries of the Energy and Treasury departments to formulate a plan to make funds available to help oil and gas companies. Now, no details were announced, but Trump said the goal is to ensure that the very important companies and jobs will be secured long into the future. Okay? So, and I'm not going to read the rest of this. We was going to take a look at this, so we might as well look at this now, which is going to be this graph. I'll come to that in a second. So, if the president of the United States, the authority himself, says that he wants to make a plan and they want to make funds available, what do you think is going to happen next? What do you think is going to happen next? This is where your wealth is made. This is where the riches come in. You start saying, if Trump said that, what do you think is going to happen next? Right? And when I say what do you think is going to happen next, then obviously we can say, well, more than likely they're going to print some more money and then give that money to the oil companies, right? But more so than that, what do you think is going to happen to the stock prices of those beleaguered oil companies? Now, that's not to mention to say, okay, well, not only what the bailout or the support, we'll call it support, while they're having issues, we also have to look at the society. What do you think is going to happen in the next 3 to 6 months? Do you think people are going to be traveling again? You think people are going to be back on the road again? Just can't wait to get on the road again? What do you think is going to happen? You think people are going to be traveling, going from city to city, state to state, country to country? What do you think is going to happen in 3 to 6 months? You think people are going to take a cruise and stuff like that, taking a cruise and taking a vacation that they couldn't take in April? You think they're going to take it in September and October, November? What do you think is going to happen? Right? So eventually, we don't know how long this will be, but to me, it doesn't matter because I'm a long-term investor. I'm looking long-term. I'm saying, well, right now it might be, the cheapest thing since sliced bread. I mean, it's the cheapest thing out there. I mean, it's past on sale. It's on clearance. And I have the conviction that it ain't going to be on clearance forever. And so if I can surmise that, that people are going to travel more, in the coming months, that people are going to, take trips more in the coming months, that people are going to take their cruises more in the coming months, that the pandemic will start to dissipate in the coming months, just like it is in China, right? If I can surmise that we'll lift the tariffs and there'll be more imports coming in, which means more logistical transportation or freight transportation taking place between country to country. If I can surmise that, then I can say more oil is going to be used. And if more oil is going to be used, then I can also surmise that more than likely we'll begin to go through the oversupply and demand will rise. And if demand rises and supply kind of dissipates or goes low, then that can also tell me that the price of oil will go up. Am I making any sense to anybody? So then it's like, well, if we can surmise all that, then what do we do to capitalize on our beliefs? What do we do to capitalize on our beliefs? And this is where I get paid the big bucks. Well, what do I do? Right? Because there's a lot of different places you can go in this industry, and we're not going to take a look at all of them tonight. Somebody asked me to take a look at Exxon Mobil, I believe, and somebody asked me to take a look at Chevron. So that's what we'll look at tonight. But there's a lot more than that. A lot more. You can go ETF, which will be an exchange traded fund, which will just follow something as it relates to oil. You can go derivatives, which would be double or triple derivatives on top of some type of price action. You could go with individual companies. You could go with mutual funds. It's a lot of different things you can do. But the thing is to understand. Everybody putting down so understand. Good book tells us that wisdom is the principal thing. And in all thy wisdom, get understanding. So it's not just what you know, it's what you understand. Something like that. Right? Let's see what you guys talking about here, man. Multiply, said manipulation, and buy low, and sell high. Queen Gigi, multiply your money. Greatness to you. Good evening to you. Oil is going to skyrocket. It's going up, up, up. They said it's going up. Oh, said good evening, everyone. Brooklyn in the house, man. Sounds good, King K. Thanks so much for joining Tyrese in the house. Yes, sir, you are right, Tyrese. Understand. Alicia's in the house said understand. Now, here's where I want to start. I said, well, before we go look at Exxon and see Chevron, here's what I'll do. We'll start here. We'll take a look at the price of oil over its history, right? Just see just how far we've come down. So about a week ago, I was like, hey, y'all, listen. I looked over here. I said, man, oil ain't never been lower than 1668, right? I was like, it ain't never been lower than 1668. I thought it was almost impossible for it to go below 1668, but it did. So I was wrong. Yeah. But that's not a bad wrong because the lower that it goes, the more I want to buy. That's how I look at it. Right? I was already big on oil. Now I'm super big. Now I'm oversized. Now I'm fat. Right? So then the thing dropped, and we see this is the first time that, in all the years of oil that has been this low. So now we have a historic low. History is being made. That tells me that we have a historic time to buy. Because if it was a historic high, I'd be saying sell. But it's a historic low. And what do? I buy low. That's what I do. What do y'all do? Do y'all buy low? That's what I do. That's what I do. I buy low. So if it's a historic lows in this whole history of being on this chart, it ain't never been this low. That tells me it is a super time to buy. Now, of course, you have to understand the philosophy that comes from my good friend, my mentor, Mr. Warren Buffett, the fourth richest man in the world. That's who I listen to. I don't listen to all these chumps that we can do this and we can do that. No, y'all ain't a billionaire yet. Y'all might be doing well, but to me, y'all ain't billionaire status, so I don't listen to y'all. I listen to billionaires. Okay? And if the billionaire tell me this is what you should do, he say, son, here's what I want you to understand. I said, yes, Mr. Buffett. He said, here's a philosophy that if you just incorporate or adopt this philosophy, you'll have good success. I said, what's that, Mr. Buffett? He said, to understand the market, understand the emotion of the market. I said, well, what's the emotion of the market, Mr. Buffett? He said, here's the philosophy. He said to be greedy when others are fearful. And he said, when people are fearful, that normally means that they've thrown the baby out with the bathwater and that, something is the cost of something is extremely undervalued. The value of it is still kind of the same. But for some reason, Mr. Market says that the cost is super duper cheap. Great value there. He said on the flip side of that, I said, what are you saying, Mr. Buffett? He said on the flip side of that, he said, I want you to be fearful when others are greedy. I said, okay, I think I get it. In other words, when everybody else is selling, I need to be buying. And when everybody else is buying, I need to be selling. Just do the opposite of what everybody else is doing, and you'll be just fine. You'll be just like me, son. I said, oh, I like the kind of money that you make, Mr. Buffett. I think I need to follow your advice. And I don't need to listen to everybody. I don't care who they are. They ain't Mr. Buffett. I probably ain't listening to them. Understand. Pineapples, right? Pineapple, understand. So we see that, let me bring the bad boy up again for you guys. So we see, let me take that down too. Okay. So we see that this is a historic time in the price of oil. Then we say, okay, well, is oil still valuable? In the comments below, let me know. Is oil still a valuable commodity? Is it still considered to be wealth of the land? You have things like gold and, silver. You have corn. You have these cotton. Used to be a big, probably still is something like that, right? Is oil still a valuable natural resource? Now, I tend to believe that if this is something that God made or the creator of the earth made, then it's kind of irreplaceable. That's what I tend to believe. I don't know if we really gonna ever run out, because it's hard for me to think about the earth running out of something that God made. No matter how much people drill and find and explore and all that stuff, it's just hard for me to believe that we could literally exhaust out something that God made. To me, that just philosophically, I just can't fathom that we will be able to deplete the land that God made of a resource that he provided. I just don't think that's going to happen. That's very difficult for me to believe. Lord. Okay? He says, don't be greedy, others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. Pineapples, y'all know what to do. If y'all learn something new, put in the comments about pineapple. Extremely wealthy, okay? Yes, valuable. Okay. So let's take a look at the price of oil. And you can do the same thing. You look at the price of gold. You can look at the historical prices of stuff, and you can start to put some pieces together. Everybody put in console, put the puzzle together. If you want to put the puzzle together, you want to put the pieces together as you look at different data, so you can get a better understanding of that which it is that you are researching or you are studying. So it's always good to look at the price of stuff, because you are actually going to be spending money on the price of something. It's a number, right? It's a number, right? You need it for your cars, machines, right? When others are fearful, oil is still a valuable commodity. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Put the puzzle together. All right. So let's see what else I want to take a look at here. So that's the price of oil. This is a crude oil, I believe we're taking a look at here. We can look at it, which is the most common thing that we need to look at. They have a Brent crude oil, they have a WTI oil, all this stuff. But this is back to 1946. Give us a great indication of just how far oil has come. Now, so Trump says he's going to rescue oil. That's good for me, because I like when Trump says stuff that's going to actually help my portfolio. Okay. And then over here, that was that article. Over here, we see that oil today actually jumped up from its negative state down up to 1362. So creeping right back up to where it was. So a 70% jump from previous lows all the way up to 1362. So let's start. I've done this before, but we'll start again. I'm going to start with Exxon Mobil, because that is just, I got something me and Exxon might, we might, just waiting. So Exxon Mobil, right? We'll find out what Exxon Mobil does. I think I've done this before, but we'll do it again. No biggie. And then we'll take a look at Chevron, and then I'll be able to go. Oh, Lord, it's 8:25. I've been talking already for 25 minutes. All right. Exxon Mobil is $40 per share. Okay. It's down 41% for the year. But even at 41% down for the year over the past 52 months, it's still not at its low. It's been lower than that over the past 52 weeks, which we can see in this chart right here. It's been as low as $30.11. Now, what I want you to see as well is that today, after all the stuff that happened with oil, going down to negative $37 per barrel, whatever the case may be, up to 1362, Exxon Mobil didn't change but 0.5% today. Now, one would think that everything related to oil would have just tanked, right? Well, I think ExxonMobil's taking a good enough beating for the year. It's already down 41%. I mean, how much further can ExxonMobil go? And ExxonMobil happens to be one of the largest oil companies in the world that's been around for the longest amount of time and got a whole bunch of deep pockets. And you're going to also find it's got a name attached to it that's going to be very difficult for me to believe that ExxonMobil will ever go down or bankrupt when it comes to being in America. Why? Because there's a name called Rockefeller attached to it. Okay? And you might want to research this name called John D. Rockefeller to understand why I think that it's going to be impossible for ExxonMobil to ever go out of business. Ever. As long as we have in America. So the company was founded by John D. Rockefeller in 1882 in Irving, Texas. Okay? ExxonMobil engages in the exploration, the development, and the distribution of oil, gas, and petroleum products. It operates through the following segments: upstream, downstream, and chemical. Okay? ExxonMobil, over the past 4 years, has actually been declining in employees until last year when they actually were hiring. So that shows an upswing opportunity for Exxon as they're looking to, actually expand, probably do more business than they've done over the past previous 5 years. Okay, we're going to take a look at ExxonMobil at their website because that's where we're going to find out a little bit about their dividend information. I did that earlier today. I believe we saw 8.5%, but we'll see. We'll do an update on that in just a second. Financials. This is the fundamentals of the company, how well the company does with managing their money. That's a very big thing for me. I want to make sure that I'm investing in good quality leadership. And the way that I can tell if you're a good leader as it relates to your company is that the books are good. Here's the thing. Although ExxonMobil is down 40% this year, look at what we're looking at here over the past 4 years or past 3 years from 2016 to 2017 to 2018. $197 billion worth of sales in 2016, $237 billion worth of sales in 2017, $279 billion worth of sales in 2018. I'd say something's looking up for this company, although the industry is down. Go figure. Gross income, same thing, right? 41 billion gross income in 2016, 53 billion gross income in 2017, 67 billion gross income in 2018, and then obviously the 2018 numbers are still coming out, or they're probably on the website somewhere. I'd say things are looking up for ExxonMobil, although they're in a terrible industry right now. Then we see here net income. This is out the money they take home pay. Right? If you're in business, this is important. This is what you get to do something with. 7.8 billion in 2016, 19.7 billion in 2017, 20.8 billion in 2018. I'd say things are looking up for ExxonMobil. Let's keep going. Here's their balance sheet. Here's their assets and their liabilities. This tells you where a company is above water, doing well, or they're underwater. Y'all know what underwater means. That means it's time to sell. Okay? Here's their assets, total assets, right? Total assets for ExxonMobil. Just going to look at this last number, $346 billion in assets. This is the amount of stuff that ExxonMobil as a company owns across the world. $346 billion worth of stuff. Listen, you can put all the black people together and Exxon can buy us all. Exxon can buy all the black people. They can own all the black people. Okay? Liabilities. Here's what they owe. Look at that. 147. So you have 346 billion that you own versus 147 billion that you owe. That puts your shareholders, whoever decide to invest in Exxon, that puts them in an equitable position, right, of $191 billion that they are sharing in the equity of the company that's been around since 1892. Go figure. So we can also take a look here at some other things, right? They have a forecast, which is going to be for the, all of your quote unquote experts or whatever the case may be. But I don't need no forecast. I say, I don't need no forecast, Exxon, because I predict up. That's what I predict. That's all I need. I predict up. Now, where, how high, I don't know, but I predict up. More so than I predict down. Anyway, I think they are analysts agree. They say, man, right now it's trading close to a low, $40, about $6 over their low over the next 12 months. They predict up to, if it get up to the high, they say, shoot, this thing get to $70. That represents a 70% increase. That represents a 70% increase, not to mention this thing that they pay their shareholders called a dividend. This is just what the analysts say. Now, of course, you start looking at this, their earnings per year. Obviously, it's been some downtime for them. That's why we're seeing some pressure on their stock price. But let's not get it twisted. Exxon Mobil is in the Dow. It's considered one of those companies that makes America great. And we have a president in office who's going to make sure that these companies that make America great are not going anywhere. Go figure. Now, take a look at the shareholders. Now, I haven't looked at this before. I haven't looked at this in a while. But look at this. Go figure. Look at this. Over the past 3 months, what have the executives of ExxonMobil been doing? These are the people who run the company. Look what they've been doing. They've been buying their own shares. Now, if they had any doubt about the direction that their company was going, they would not be buying the shares so they could lose money. I can tell you that. They've been buying their own shares. Neil Duffin, who's the vice president, he's been buying some stuff up. He did a purchase on 318. Andrew Swinger, senior vice president, he did a buy on 319. William Weldon, William Weldon, he is the director of this company, or the CEO of director of this company. He did a buy on 39 and 36. Darren Woods, who's the CEO of this company, he did a whole bunch of buys back in February. Now he lost a little bit, but he didn't. Look at this. Look at this. I just want y'all to see the kind of money we're talking about. Look at this. The CEO bought 485 shares at $59.86 per share. That was a total of value of $29,000 that he spent, and he's lost 31% since he did that buy. That was back before Corona, right before it happened. But look over here. Shit, about 30,000 at 33.9. That was a value. They spent $1 million. Mr. Andrew Swigger spent $1 million to buy the stock of the company for which he manages. Go figure. And he's up 19%. You imagine 19% on top of $1 million? That's strong. Woo, Lord, that's strong. 19% on top of $1 million. Here's the thing. Y'all think of it, y'all say, man, if I just do $100, that's 19%, that's $119. Y'all don't think that's nothing. It is something, because when you start adding more zeros, you start realizing 19% is 19%. 19% of 100 is 119. 19% of 1,000 is $1,190. You just keep adding zeros. Okay? So just imagine 19% on top of $1 million. Oh, I can't make this stuff up. Oh, I wish I was Andrew Swigger right now. Oh, I'd be laughing too. Hey, wasn't where a family attachment pineapples. That was little to put the puzzle together. 1892, reached the sky, right? This is Exxon Mobil, right? One of the companies that they want to that they consider that makes America great. See, so when Trump be talking, y'all, everybody get mad, and I'll be like, okay, what are you gonna say now that's gonna actually help me make some money? That's what I want to know, right? And he just said he's about to rescue oil. So you know what's coming down the pipe. Now, what's going to happen is, in about a week or two, people are going to forget, right? While they're working out the laws and getting stuff signed and stuff is going on and you're going back to work, you're going to forget that he said something about making sure that he rescue oil. And Trump is not a man, right? He lies, but when it comes down to his word and what he's going to do, he has shown that he does what he says. No matter whether we like it or not. If he's going to say he's going to do something stupid, it's normally he still do it. Right? Okay. So, there's your forecast, your financials, your shareholder. And then when I take a look here, man, I don't really need to look too much at this. This is this chart. I'm not going to do too much with this because this is technical analysis. Well, we see 3 months, man. We see the thing hit all the way down to $31, which was back on 323. And it's actually been rising ever since then to the tune of 7% growth in April. You would think that the sky is falling, but it's not for ExxonMobil. That would be 7% growth or 8% growth in April, plus, right, what we're going to take a look at next, which would be the dividend. So here you come up here at ExxonMobil, every company has a website, and on their website, they have a way for you to take a look at their relations or investor relations. Everybody putting console on investor relations. When you become an investor, when you move from just spending your money or having spending power to then using it to invest, then you start looking at stuff like this, investor relations. It feels good to look at a website, Walmart or whatever, and don't concern about nothing else on the site other than where can I go to find out more about how I can make my money grow. That would be investor relations. Their job with their investor relations is try to entice potential investors to invest in them so they can have more capital to do whatever the hell it is that they plan to do. They've been in business for over 100 years. At this point in time, it's safe to say that they know what the hell they're doing. Much better than you and I, who might be starting our business, be 3 years in. They 100 years in. They've been through the ups, the downs. They've been through the Great Depression, the Great Recession. They've been through the pandemic. They've been through Ebola. They've been through it all. It ain't nothing new under the sun to them. They just probably steady as she blow. Okay, it's another year, another dollar, another $1 billion. That's just what we do. All right. So they paid an 87 cents dividend in February 10th to their shareholders. We'll take that 87 cents. We'll multiply it times 4. That'll give us an annual. It's $3.48. And then we would divide that by their share price, which I believe was $40.97. $40.97. Multiply times 100, so you get your percentage. And now we're looking at 8.5% dividend. 8.5% cash back. Everybody putting console cash back. 8.5% cash back. Now, 8.5% would also represent beating inflation, which would be the cost of goods or the cost of living going up every year. 8.5% would represent beating that. Now, if you compare 8.5% cash back to whatever it is you get in your savings account, whatever it is, where are you putting your money at that you're getting at least 8.5% back? Anybody? I'd love to hear these answers. Where are you putting your money where you get at least an 8.5% return on your money? Anybody? And King K said, man, you have learned me. I learned you today. All right, you're going to learn today. Pineapples. Anytime you learn something new, guys, just put in the console pineapples, okay? That's how we do it. We're going to pay homage to Kevin Hart, man. We're going to pay homage to, thank you so much for tagging somebody. I hear that. I see that. Investor relations, cash back, man. I feel like it's like a Allstate commercial or something like that. I don't know. Investor relations, cash back, investor relations, cash back. Anybody got anything? 8.5% return on your investment, 8.5%. You put your money out, it comes back with 8.5% more. You become a lender instead of a borrower. That's kind of like what this is. It's like I become a lender. I lend my money to ExxonMobil. I let ExxonMobil, who's shown that what they could do over the past 120 years, that they pretty good with the money that comes into their hand. I may not be that good with my money, so hey, go ahead and use it and just make sure you pay me something back. And they say, well, hey, thanks so much for using your money. You're going to become our bank, and we're going to pay you back 8.5% until you decide that you no longer want to be a part of this rodeo. Now, also, let's understand this 8.5% has nothing to do with the rise or fall of the stock price. So I like to call it the icing. Because when I go into something, I'm looking for something that can grow as far as the value of the company itself. But shoot, how many of you guys like your cake and like cake with your icing and you want to eat it too? You want cake and icing? It's like, yeah. Or cake and ice cream. Yeah. So the stock to me would be the cake. The dividend will be the ice cream. Just the icing on top. Something like that. Okay? So let's do a quick recap with ExxonMobil. I'll make a good time because we're going to look at Chevron next. And you can compare the two if you like, since that was what y'all recommended that I'll take a look at today. Right? We have understanding where oil prices are. and their history, right? We also understand what's in the news now as it relates to the president opening his mouth and saying what he plans to do, and he typically is going to do what he planned to do, right? But if obviously Congress got to pass that stuff, but hey, it's probably going to happen. Probably going to have some impact on the stock. We have a $40 stock of a company that's been around for over 120 years, growing in income, growing in sales, growing in net income. Their executives are buying the stock. Their executives are investing back into the company because they believe in the company. If they didn't, they wouldn't be putting their money there. So you watch their money, you follow their money, you'll see you see how they feel. Say, what does it say? Where you put where your treasure is, there is your heart also. It goes the same for them. Where their treasure is back into the company. Their heart must be in it as well. And we can see that. 8.5% dividend on why you wait. Why you wait? So we're showing a company that's in a bad industry, oil, that's just getting the crap beat out of them, but they're still doing okay. What'd you say? Regardless of the stock price, regardless of the price of the stock, the fundamentals of the company and the revenue that they're bringing in and the money that they're making, regardless of all the extra stuff, they seem to be doing just fine. Would you agree? They're doing just fine. Okay? So that is Exxon Mobil. All right, let's keep going. Any questions about Exxon Mobil or anything we looked at here? I don't have much else to say about it at this point in time. You know, if it's something that you want, go get it. You know, it's $40, two 20s, two dubs, two dubs. And then while you wait, you put that two dubs in. While you wait, you get 8% back. That'll be about not $5 with it. $2 back, something like that. I think, roughly. Something like that. Anyway, all right. So we'll take a look. That was Exxon. We'll take a look at Chevron. Chevron. Somebody mentioned Chevron. So I'll look at Chevron. Make sure I ain't got no questions. All right, Chevron. Chevron's $81 per share, right? Now I want you guys don't. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with people that don't understand investing. They start trying to compare price. That's irrelevant. Other than can you afford it? Don't concern yourself with the price. I mean, only concern yourself with the price after you actually evaluated the stock. And ask yourself, man, do I really want to pay for this? Do I feel like what I'm paying, I'm getting great value for? But don't look at something and say, oh, well, Exxon is cheaper, so they must be better. No, that's not the case. I had somebody hit me up today say, oh, yeah, we bought JCPenney because it was 25 cents. Okay, well, what do you expect it to do? Why do you think it's 25 cents? Well, I mean, okay, you spent your money. You went and bought something before you evaluated, and you just looked at price. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people. They just buy something based on price. And people that are in business, they understand, like, when people trying to price you, somebody hit me up today, it was about a mask. And they was like, what's the price? And I said, well, how many do you want? He said, well, I don't know how much I want until I know the price. I said, well, shit, it's $10. Oh, that's too much. Okay, well, if that's too much, then how many, what's not too much for you? And the reality is, it's not that it's too much, it's just not what you want to spend. Nor is it something that you can afford. It had nothing to do, because the reality is you just didn't want to spend that amount of money. You probably didn't have a price at all. So she was just price shopping. But I gave her a high price because I realized I just wanted her to get the hell on. Sometimes you just got to, because when you're in this game long enough, you already know. It's like, oh, Lord, I'm not going to have a 45-minute conversation about price of something when I know my prices are fair, right? Anyway, $81.86 is Chevron. We also see that's down 32% for the year. And again, it's in the industry that everything pretty much in that industry is down for the year, right? We can go find out a little bit about what Chevron does, which is probably very similar. I think they're maybe the second or third largest, oil company, integrated oil company in the world, $158 billion market cap. Chevron Corporation engaged in the provision of. Hold on, before I do that, let me come here and help you guys out. We can do a stock search over here on this screen, and we can actually come down to an industry, by industry or by sector, which would be oil industry. Oh, that didn't work. We come over here to international integrated oil, and we'll see, right? We'll see that Exxon is the largest, $174 million. Chevron is the next largest, right? And they're both out of the United States. That's what I wanted you to see. All right. So we're looking at the second largest integrated oil company in the world. They engage in the provision of administrative and financial management and technology support for energy and chemical operations, and they operate upstream, downstream. They've been around since 1906, so they came into fruition 40 years after, or 20 years after Exxon Mobil, and they're out of San Ramon, California. Now we start looking at some differences. Right? Chevron has been firing. They've been getting rid of people over the past 5 years. What we saw with Exxon, we saw uptake in them hiring towards 2018, probably 2019 as well. Chevron's still been firing, right? So they've been getting rid of people. So they haven't, more than likely, they haven't been procuring any new business, right? That we need more people to help them do that work. That's kind of what that says, right? We're going to take a look at Chevron here as well when we get there. I'll also take a look at their financials, see the difference. We say, hey, how have they been managing their money? Everybody putting down on manage. How have they been managing their money, right? Been around about the same amount of time, right? 20 years younger, right? How have they been managing their money? What have they acquired as far as the company is concerned, as we might compare it to Exxon? So here we see, again, very similar 2016 to 2018, we see them increasing in net sales, 110 billion to 134 billion to 158 billion. We see them increasing, same thing with gross income, 10.4 billion and 19.4 billion to 23 billion in 2018. We see also their net income, they had a negative net income in 2016 up to 9.2 billion in 2017 and 14.9 billion in 2018. So they've been increasing in gross income, increasing in sales, increasing in net income. We see their books. We see their current assets at 253.9 billion, and we see their total asset liabilities at 98.2, puts you at 154 billion. So great company that has acquired a lot of assets. We see 154 billion for Chevron. We see 191 billion for Exxon. So very similar. They've been around. This got Exxon Mobil's got a 20-year head start, so that makes sense that they would own more stuff and be in a more equitable position for their shareholders. We'll see here. The difference here is that over the past 3 months, they have been buying, but they didn't kind of buy at this bottom. So a lot of the executives kind of lost some money investing back into the company. 6,000 shares is the biggest purchase that took place with the director Charles Wick Moorman, and that was to the tune of 598,000. But we also see today in April a 12.6% increase as far as their stock price is concerned. So although the sky's falling in oil, Chevron, and then we see also Chevron's only down 2% today, right? ExxonMobil's down 0.5%, Chevron's down 2.3%. Now this makes sense too because Chevron is a more expensive stock, so it's going to have a bigger variance because of the price of the stock. So relatively speaking, okay. Here's what the analysts are saying as far as Chevron is concerned. They're saying, hey, man, right now Chevron's kind of trading right around the median of what they expected to happen over the next 12 months. And they factor in a lot of stuff. Now, the last time, I don't know when the last time they did a forecast on this thing, but I'm pretty sure it's come out since, either it's come out or it's coming out with the pandemic, kind of factored in. Either this is it or it's coming out next. They're basically saying their analysts are recommending that you buy Chevron right now. That's very interesting to me. But that's what the analysts are saying. They're saying, hey, man, we think it's a good time for you to pick up some Chevron. Okay, that's very interesting to me. What else did I want to look at here, Chevron? I'm not going to really take a look at the charts too much. And I'll come back if you guys got any questions. I'll come back. I know I'm speeding through this, but it's the same thing I just looked at. Very similar charts, very similar company in the same industry. And you can really compare apples to apples here, 1 to 2. Now let's take a look here. So the same thing with Chevron. They're going to have an area here where they have investors. And in their investors, they got they had a first quarter call. The people would tune into that. They got stock information. They got financial information here. Individual investors. Dividend data will be shareholder services. And we'll take a look here at their, that's dividend reinvestment. We'll take a look here, probably stock information. Dividend data. It said dividend data over here. Press release, direct stock, dividend reinvestment. Oh, this is just a services tab. Nope. Let's go with stock information, maybe. Dividend. There we go. So Chevron, look at this. They paid $1.29. $1.29 out. And that's every quarter. That would be $5.16 multiplied times $1.29. Wow. So they pay every quarter. That was $1.29. That turns it to $5.16. We take that $5.16 and we divide that into 81.62. Oh no, five. What did I say? Five what? 129 4 516 divided by 81.62. So Chevron, what the current share price is paying a 6.32% dividend. So a little bit lower based upon the price of the stock and the dividend that they're paying, but 6.32% still is nothing to sneeze at. While you sit around and wait on this, wait on the rebound or wait on whatever's going to happen with oil. They still have shown a propensity for making some money. They had a tough year in 2016, but they've been kind of steady as you blow since that time. We can still see some bigger profit margins coming through, but here's kind of growth and valuation for them. The thing is, it's like, okay, well, again, what do we expect to happen with the industry itself, right? And then if the industry continues to flounder as it is, who's more likely to if there was to be some companies go out of business, is it really likely that a Chevron or a Exxon Mobil would be going out of business? It's not, right? They're too big, too much money, they're too important, and Trump is simply saying that he's going to make sure that he rescues the oil industry. So where do you think the industry is going? As you factor in all the things with travel, as you factor in the things with airlines, you factor in all these things that actually use oil that are not really using them a whole bunch now until the people get back into society and things start to move again. And quite possibly, you're looking at something here with Chevron and or Exxon Mobil that, number one, you get paid while you wait. Everybody putting guys will get paid while I wait. You get paid while you wait, right? Get paid 6.32% or get paid 8.5%. while you wait and feel pretty damn good. Like, shit, if it don't go nowhere, I'm getting 8.5 cents. I'm good. I'm pretty cool with that. Because the deal is, guys, you don't win or lose anything until you sell. So if it takes a year, so be it. That would be 8.62% that you got back for that year. If it takes 2 years, so be it. You got 8.62% times 2, roughly, give or take some differences or variances. While you wait, who cares? If it takes 5 years, who cares? Because you don't win or lose anything until you sell. You don't win or lose anything until you sell. The only thing that changes is your net worth. That's the only thing that changes. So it seems to be that there's a belief, right, that that oil is going to rebound. And as they do take measures, the government takes measures to help oil out, and they get through this time and things get back to the new normal, that we'll see something that has been beaten down, something that's super low, something that is not even justified for it to be this inexpensive, other than simple economics is the supply and demand. Where we going from here, boss? Where we going from here, boss? So I wanted to take some time tonight to just show, because you guys asked me this earlier today on the Money and Power Show, and I had time tonight to do this, to kind of go through some things to show you, how to. This is not a full-blown analysis or anything like that, but this is what I do. It just boom, 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 boom. Then I can decide whether I really want to go deeper into analysis of any said company once I get a general overview of what the hell it is that I'm looking at. Okay? Any questions for me tonight? here on Welcome to Wall Street. I hope that number one, that you learn something. Number two, that if you have already know this stuff, that it just helps to bring you some confidence in however it is that you've been thinking as it relates to this industry. There's a lot more. I mean, just think. I mean, we didn't even go into all these other companies, right? And this is just two. And this is where extensive research takes place, because you're saying, man, it's much more to this game than just what we're able to cover in an hour, right? You got Royal Dutch Shell, you got Total, you got BP. This is just an integrated oil. This isn't even moving into other areas as it relates to oil. Okay, you keep on going down the list, right, to these smaller, companies, right? And that's just an integrated oil. You have companies that do other things with oil other than just integrate or explore, things like that as well, okay? So, let's see what you guys got. What you got? What you got for your boy? All right, let's see here, man. He said, management, get paid while you wait. Get paid while I wait. Get paid while I wait. Get paid while I wait. Paid while I wait. All right, you don't just win or lose until you sell. So Exxon and Chevron are basically equal, other than the price. If that's what you got from it, are they equal? No, they're not equal. They're similar. They're similar. Thank you for the analysis, brother. Where safety and wise counsel, so much to learn, right? But hey, it's how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? If we never looked at this stuff, and no one's ever introduced this stuff to us, and if we're not in business, like, it's easier when you're in business because you understand numbers, you understand how you were operating your business, and it begins to make sense. But even if you don't operate official business, you actually do run a business, which is your household. Your household is a business. Your household has books. Your household has assets and liabilities. Your household has profit margin. Your household has a bottom line. If you run your household like a business, as you should, by the way, if you run your household like a business, as you should, by the way, then this stuff begins to make more sense to you. I mean, you don't want your house to be underwater, do you? No, you get a house so that it'll be above water, that you have equity in the house, so then you can then leverage that equity, or you can sell and you can bring that equity into your pockets at 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. That's just what we do, right? So we understand some of this stuff and how we move about in society, but we may not get it all, and we may not even know that these companies actually have to provide this stuff to the public so that you and I can make educated decisions as relates to what we're going to do with our money if we become investors. That making sense to anybody? Okay. Very valuable. All right. Great job. Pineapples. So here's the deal, guys. What you are witnessing here is just something that we do in this place called the Black Billionaires Club. It's not just a book that I wrote, guys. It's actually a club that I found. It's a club that I lead, and we got a lot of superstars in there. Okay. And so if you're watching this now and you're saying, you know what, there's a lot to learn. If you're watching this now saying, man, I didn't realize there's a whole nother room of knowledge and wisdom and understanding that I can step into at any particular time. It's just an investment of $20 a month. If you have found yourself to be the smartest person in your room, you're saying something, man, I don't know who to talk to. I mean, everybody around me broke, busted, disgusted. They ain't got no hope. They ain't got no faith. I mean, they don't want to do shit. And I'm tired of being around. Well, maybe it's time for you to get into a new room where you ain't the smartest person, where we can actually challenge your thinking and you take it to a whole other level, because when you get challenged, you actually begin to grow. You got to move beyond being comfortable where there is no growth. Get to a place where you're a little uncomfortable and you get challenged in your thinking so that you can actually grow to become a better, wiser, stronger individual. Okay? Black Billionaires Club, what do we do there? We study billionaires. As I mentioned to you, I don't give a damn what Poor Dad's talking about. I've been listening to Poor Dad my whole life. Okay? We listen to Rich Dad. We listen to rich grandma and grandpa. We listen to wealthy uncle and wealthy aunt. And the stuff that they've written and the stuff that they say and the stuff more so that they do. Right? You don't always have to listen to what people say. Just watch what they do. Action speaks much louder than words. So here's 3 things that billionaires do that they say they do to be successful. And here's what we do in our club. Number 1, They say they read. So guess what we do? We read. And it's not just that you read, it's what you read, but we do have a book club. Matter of fact, the next book that we're reading is called Black Titan. It's the story of A.G. Gaston, who was a black millionaire back in the early 1900s. That might be something we need to read. Matter of fact, when I was in Black History all these years in school, nobody ever mentioned A.G. Gaston. They mentioned Madam C.J. Walker, but they ain't hear about A.G. Gaston. Now, what would that do for me as a young brother to realize that it was a black man, somebody that looked like me, that was filthy rich? I could have changed my whole trajectory. I could have been rich a lot sooner, right? So we read stuff like that to see that everybody's not poverty stricken. Everybody ain't that way. We just got to find the diamonds in the rough. So we got a book club. You can read with us. Start to change the way that you think. You'll change your life. Wealth begins in the mind. You must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet. Number 2, they build business. Understand that generational wealth is built through business. It's not, that's the way to go. Think about Walmart. Generational wealth is built through business. So it helps you to bring these great ideas that you got out. We help you to formulate this recipe that you've been holding on for a long time, that the whole world is waiting to spend their money on, and we help you to structure that thing. We help you to build a business if that's what you desire to do. So we have business development, training, right? Everybody put it down, so develop. Business development. You must develop yourself. And then number 3, what do? They say, hey, man, we read, we build business. And the other thing that we do that we all have in common is that we invest. We invest in ourselves, we invest in other businesses, and we invest in income-producing assets, which would be real estate, stock market, stuff like that. What did Oprah Winfrey do? She invested in Weight Watchers. Y'all remember that? Yeah. Michael Jordan, he's a billionaire. He's an owner of a basketball team, and he invests. Go figure, right? Those are 3 main things that they do, and I'm throwing a 4th one for it because I added this one recently. Here's the 4th thing that billionaires do that they say they do to be successful that many people don't seem to understand. They give back. Mostly all of them are philanthropists in some way. Now, it's their money. They can choose what they want to do with it and who they want to give it to. So if Oprah want to go build a school in Africa and it don't come to the United States, that's her prerogative. She don't earn that money. She can do what the hell she want with it. Now, when you get your money up, let's see what you do with it. When you get your money up, let's see what you do with it. Okay? The smartest person in the room, go find in the room. If you're saying tonight, you know what? I'm stop playing. I'm going to get with people that's going somewhere. I'm going to get some people that can help me to develop whatever it is I'm looking to accomplish. I'm going to get with some people that can teach me what I don't know about money, because what I don't know about money is hurting me. And it's been hurting me for a long time. Well, simply go to the website, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, and make a financial decision that can change your life forever. You make financial decisions every day, but typically you make the same ones. And they lead you back to the same thing month after month. Too much month, not enough money. You can change that at any particular time by actually making a new decision. Okay? It's your choice. We're going to be here. Question is, are you? All right, man. Business development investments. So that's right. Business development investments. Develop. That's right. Business development. Read and give back. Read, investments, start a business. Absolutely, man. Give back. Absolutely, man. Hey, this is the New Black Wall Street. We brought you guys Welcome to Wall Street, presented to you by the Black Billionaires Club. I'm your host, ERGJ, certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar. See, I built business. I read. I invest. I want you to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we all we need. And thank God, that's more than enough. Until the next episode, I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for Daily Motivation, 8 a.m. for our Money and Power show. We got a brother and a sister for the natural skincare products with us tomorrow. So make sure if y'all up, y'all join me. Early bird gets the worm. Until next time, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.